Hi friends, I'm Dimple back again with the Spectro session part 2, and today we are going to see what are the scenarios, what are the steps, and what are the different kinds of tags we can use at the scenario as well as at the feature level, and then we will see how to use the ignore keyword in the Spectro. So this is how I'm going to conduct for the part 2 session. So let's start with the example. So I'm continuing the same example which we have done yesterday or in the last session, that is the part 1. So there we have seen a simple scenarios which was automatically created by the SpecFlow feature file, and we just created the step files and we had copied it to the clipboard and pasted in the step definition file. So now what is basically a scenario? That we have seen that scenario can be anything which is a system behavior, how the system is behaving, how the system functionality is working. So you can create any type of scenarios in the spec flow which is defining any particular situations or any behavior of the system, but keep in mind that it should be independent of each other. No scenarios should be dependent on each other, as there is no concept of ordering in execution of the scenario, so we cannot dependent upon each other. So try to write a scenarios which are independent of each other. Now we can create a different types of scenarios, which can be the happy path, or you can say a positive scenario. You can have an error path also, which can be the negative scenarios of the functionality or the system. So there can be a multiple kind of scenarios. So now going to explain the syntax of the scenario. So basically we have seen yesterday one example. Now I will try to create one another. So you have to use the scenario, then write down the title, that can be testing some other functionality. So this is the syntax first, then we are using the given, when, then depends on the first step that you are going to consider in the scenario step. So scenario can have a multiple steps also. Suppose I write, I enter x, suppose I enter the x. So this is also one kind of scenario, and I have to verify, and then verify the error message against the validation of some field. So we can have a multiple steps, we can have only one step, two steps, depend on the scenario. So what is this given, when, and then? So basically any scenarios which is system behavior has three conditions. Either we have a precondition that you have to enter something, like here I have a preconditions that I have to enter 50, then I have to enter 70, and I have to perform some action, so that is called when. Whenever you're going to perform some action, we are going to use the when command. And if you want to do any verifications, then we are using then. Now suppose why I have used here and, you can write it here given to also, which is correct, but to make it more readable, that I have entered 50 into the calculator and I have also entered 70 into the calculator, so which makes it clear, right? I press add. Suppose you want to verify and check the message. Suppose this is not related to the calculator, but we are just writing it. So and keyword can be used with any of the given, when, and then. Suppose the above statement is related to when, then we can continue with the and statement. We can also write the result should get a 0 after click on something else button. So we can use but. So and but are always same in a sense, but if you want to highlight something in the test cases highlighting the scenario steps, then you can use the but. Suppose I have logged in before 5 days but I haven't tried it now, so that is the highlighted that I haven't tried it now. So you can use any of the syntax. So basically the given is the setup state, initial setup we are doing, the when is performing the action, and then is usually checking the end state, that is we are verifying the result, asserting the result. So we can say that it's basically a short, arrange, act, and assert. So it's arrange, act, and assert. Arrange belongs to given, act is belonging to when, and assert is going to be the then. So and should be used, you have to follow the proper syntax when you are writing the test cases. Suppose after writing these, again I have some steps to be performed in this same scenario, then don't start directly here that I have entered 17 to the calculation and I have entered 50, and when I press subtract, so suppose I want to do addition and subtraction together in the single scenario. So try to split out the scenario, sorry, not the scenario, but the steps, uh, the given when and then. If you are coming to the point that then asserting the something, after that you are starting the new conditions, new verification something, then you have to give a space so that it makes it more readable. It makes good and it's properly shown to the users also. If I remove this page, you can see how complex the test case looks like, and if I give just a small enter, it looks good. Readability is more compared to the previous one. So it should follow the syntax given when then. Suppose you want to write again something else after the then follow with a blank line. Now we'll come with the tags. I will just remove these definitions, otherwise it will show the error. Okay, let me. Mhm. Hope you like my part 1 video, and if you don't like, then put it the comment where I can upgrade myself. So coming to the tag, now specifically the test cases whichever you are automating might be belonging to some test suite. That can be the smoke, that can be the regression suite, or end to end. So you have to specify your smoke. You can specify here that it is a part of regression also. So tags are basically at scenario level also and at the feature level also. As soon as I write the smoke and regression tag and I save it, you can see in the test explorer that all the tags are coming and the same test case is shown in all the tags. Right? Suppose I write it out at the feature level. Let me write it here. Smoke and save it. So you will see that in smoke the entire feature test case will be coming, and the below second test case is testing some other functionality is also part of that. So it will not show two times. So the entire feature scenarios will be a part of smoke tag. If I have specified some other tag that is a regression or my tag, then the other test cases will be a part of that tags also. So if you want to see that I have to execute these two test cases of the smoke, then you can run it out easily. If I want to run only the regression suite, then I can run the regression suite only. As I have run the smoke, all the test case belong to smoke, so it got passed. Now we'll run the regression. So it will just have the regression, that is the testing something, and it will show here also, and it will show here also, right? So this was all about the tags. Tags can be at the feature levels and scenario levels. Wherever you can define the categories, you can write it down the tags. If you have the functionality, then you can write the functionality name also. It's a big functionality, then you want to run that functionality as a part of some test case, then you can add the tag also. We can have a multiple tags, and tags always starts with the @ symbol, so that keep in mind. And now the last, we'll see how to ignore some test cases. So let's see. So just you have to write down the ignore keyword, and this test case will not execute. So it will show here, but if you try to run it, so it will not run, and it will show the yellow warning. That means the test cases is ignored, right? So you can have a number of test cases ignore. So keep in mind the ignore spelling. Many times the peoples are doing mistakes, they are not following the proper syntax. So please follow the syntax, and if you like these three concepts, then hit the like, share it on the Facebook, Insta, Twitter, and don't forget to hit the red icon. Till then, bye. Next part 3 will be coming soon with some new functionality of the StackFlow. See ya.